Recently, one of my students asked me, why don't I have tests in my class? And that's a very legitimate question. But to be honest, I'm really on the fence as to whether tests are good things or bad things, whether they're useful or not useful. But absolutely, a test has more to do with the tester's agenda than the testee's knowledge. If you'd asked me before I came to Japan, what was the capital of Japan? Absolutely, I would have said Tokyo. If you asked me, what was the historical capital of Japan? Absolutely, I would have said Kyoto. If you asked me which cities were attacked with nuclear bombs, I would know it was Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But if you'd have asked me which was Japan's second biggest city, absolutely I wouldn't have known. But if it was a multiple choice question, there's a pretty good chance that I could have got it right without even knowing it. So I'll ask you about Britain. Which is the second biggest city in Britain? Do you know? Have you got the answer? For those of you who are not sure, let's make it a multiple choice. Is it A, London, B, Manchester, C, Birmingham, or D, Ludlow? Now, do you know? The answer is Birmingham. If you knew the answer before the multiple choice section, absolutely you knew that answer. That's great. But with the multiple choice question, three things could have happened. You could have been reminded about something that you'd forgotten. You knew that Birmingham was the second biggest city, but you needed a reminder. Or you used logic to choose one of the answers. Obviously, London is the biggest, so that's not one of them. Probably you don't know where Ludlow is, so probably that isn't one of them. So it's either Manchester or Birmingham. You have a 50% chance of getting it right. Or you completely guessed. Only you know that. The tester has no idea. So in all of those scenarios, you get the question right. Only when the question is not multiple choice do we really know that you know the answer. Is this a legitimate way to test? I'm not so sure. But can we test in any other ways? Here's another multiple choice question for you, this time an English one. I'm going to say a sentence and I'm going to miss out the verb. You have a choice of 4 verbs to fill the gap with. Yesterday, I nanny a football game. A, watch. B, looked at. C, watched. D, look at. Do you know the answer? The answer is watched. Because we use the word watch when we're seeing something that has action. Look at is about something when there's no action. That question only measured your knowledge of 2 verbs, watch and look at. But in the sentence, there are many other verbs that we could put there. For example, I saw a football game. I participated in a football game. I criticized a football game. I destroyed a football game. I invented a football game. I won a football game. So there are many verbs available for that grammar. But if we have a free question like that, it makes marking tests for many students very difficult and time-consuming. So is it really worthwhile doing it that way? What is the best way to do it? I'd like to have good tests for my students. But it's a very tricky thing to design a good, true test. So what do you think? Put your comments down below. How can we create good, real tests for students? For those of you taking lessons with me, In the next class, we'll be discussing this. もしこのビデオが気に入ったら、いいねをお願いします。Thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope to see you next time. Bye for now.